Yo, what's up, all pirates and world government members, whichever you identify with, to a brand new One Piece discussion video where we will review the fantastical world of One Piece. Today, we're going over some manga spoilers, specifically Chapter 1000, as various sources on Reddit and around Google have been fact checked and are all basically saying the same things. That there is a lot of content coming up in the next One Piece chapter that's gonna hit January 4th. This was basically a given, seeing as this is the 1000th chapter of One Piece, a sweet number to hit and celebrate the highs and lows of this beautiful series as we know it. In this video, we are going to give our own takes on the spoilers, the title of the chapter, the contents of the chapters, or what we know of it as of now, and what this all means for the One Piece community and manga to come. As I am sure you all know, this chapter is going to set up a major part in the manga that has already been announced by Oda in an event called Jump Fest. This is basically like a Comic Con for One Piece, and in this, Oda commented that red-haired Shanks would finally make his move as an emperor of the sea in a year to come. While this is certainly far out in terms of the real world's timeline, this only consists of around 50 chapters in the manga. This means the events happening in the short stretch before Shanks' arc will all be linked very closely, and it just might or might not involve Luffy announcing his presence to the entire world. If we do recall a certain promise made by Shanks to Luffy when he set out to the seas, it was that the fact that Shanks would only meet Luffy once he had become a very, very strong pirate. This was why in Marineford, although Shanks appears to stop the war in the same vicinity as Luffy, Shanks claims he doesn't want to see Luffy as he isn't strong enough yet. The fact that Shanks might be making his move some chapters later might hint that Luffy has finally started becoming strong enough for Shanks to consider him worthy and, well, strong. This brings you right into Chapter 1000 spoilers and just how Luffy might make a worthy rival for Shanks. But before we get into the Chapter 1000 spoilers, click that subscribe button 1000 times to celebrate the upcoming moment, unless you want Akainu to take you out. Just kidding. That said, we are a One Piece content channel focused on bringing you the latest news and videos from the series, so if you want a steady stream of marine ships heading to your port, if you want a steady stream of content heading to your account, consider subscribing. That said, let's get right into the juicy One Piece spoilers we have in store for you. And obviously, if you click this video, you were prepared for spoilers, right? Well, the first major event I'm seeing is Luffy getting to the 5th floor of the mansion in Onigashima with the help of his comrades. While that might have been kind of predictable, this means his final showdown with the two emperors, Big Mom and Kaido, is drawing closer and closer. Oddly enough, Marco the Phoenix from Whitebeard's crew is actually willing to help Luffy advance the floors and get to Kaido and Big Mom, and we think this might hint at Marco's sudden interest in the Straw Hats, and how this draws a similar line with how Robin suddenly piqued her interest at Luffy's crew as well. Although the idea of Marco joining the Straw Hats is a little bit of a stretch to say the least, we have a reason to believe it isn't completely impossible. The main reason being Marco being left without a crew and his father figure Whitebeard has nowhere else to go. But then we get brought to a major dialogue by Yamato, the son of Kaido, which indicates Kozuki Oden's, should I say, time predicting abilities. Yamato reveals that she discovered Kozuki Oden's logbook, and by the name suggesting all of Oden's notes that were taken while he was journeying the vast seas. In this logbook, it was stated that Oden predicted that the Straw Hats would arrive at the New World and exactly when they would do so. This strikes me as definitely pretty odd, seeing as Oden was right on the money, and it makes me wonder what kind of powers Oden had. Possibly a future devil fruit power, or maybe something from along the lines of Otsuru's power, another witch with time-traveling abilities. While this might hint a link between the two, the One Piece chapter also drives into a thrilling flashback, including Ace, Yamato, and how they were discussing Luffy's dream of becoming the Pirate King. They hint at how they all equally think that this might actually be a possibility, but before Ace leaves, he gives a Weaver card to Yamato. These cards have appeared all over the series and goes to show how deep of a bond between a select group of characters. Now the stage is set for what could be the final battle. 4 of the worst generation against 2 pirates that have lived through the eras of Goldie Roger and have gone on to create their own eras. This is a battle of Eustace Kid, Roronoa Zoro, Monkey D. Luffy, Trafalgar Law, as well as as Killer versus Charlotte Linlin, aka Big Mom, and Kato, the strongest beast in the world. And if you did forget, let me refresh your memories over why the scene is so impactful and important. Let's head over to Eustace Kid and Killer, who was tricked by Apu, their so-called partner. After this, Kid was chained and imprisoned, and Killer was fed a defective smile fruit, known as Kato's worst doings. Now with Zoro and Luffy and Law, we have a lot more to talk about. The three of them are all in alliance, Zoro being Luffy's first mate, of course. The three's goal was to take down Kato using Doflamingo, but after learning just how annoying of a guy Dofi really is, they kinda wrecked him. When they arrived at Wano, they met a starving and sick Tama and met others of the Kozuki clan who were viciously persecuted. Anyway, back to the main scene, and let's just say this isn't even the best part. This is because Luffy pulls out a new move, which has long been due. I mean, the last time we saw anything really of interest was Dressrosa, a solid 200 to 300 chapters ago. This new move is called, drumroll please, Gomu Gomu no Red Rock. This is a move that is definitely filled with Ryu, a color of hockey that is pretty advanced. This attack is supposed to damage Kato to a point that Luffy had never done before. Let's take a trip back to the beginning of the Wano arc when Luffy's attacks had virtually no effect on Kato's dragon form, and no doubt wouldn't have any effect on his human form either. Before Kato can even get back up, Big Mom questions Kato, asking, "How could you let yourself be hit like that?" And before Kato can respond, Luffy comes back with the line that at the beginning of the series felt so cliche and far off. This line is, "I am Monkey D. Luffy, I will surpass you and I will become the king of pirates." This line is so impactful because Luffy starts off saying this in the first chapters of the series, and it shows that he has kept up with his goal for years upon years. In our world, more than 23 years, of course. The impact of his words are now so much stronger though, not only because he's declared the fifth Yonko on the seas, but also because he's facing two emperors of the seas and still holds on to his dream and sticks with his word. This is the Luffy we have all come to love, and the one who will, no doubt, actually surpass Kato and Big Mom and become the king of pirates. This being said, we believe the 1000th chapter will tell it all and answer the biggest questions on any One Piece fan could have. Will Luffy become the king of pirates? This is basically the facts are plain and simple. If Luffy fails to defeat the emperors, he at that point basically has no chance to become the king of pirates, and will be far too late for him to do so. If he defeats the emperors, he will be claimed as only one of the three remaining emperors and achieve perhaps a higher bounty than Blackbeard himself, making him only have one more opponent left to face, and that will be Shanks. Coincidence? Because I think not. Anyway, it's been a nice review over the One Piece chapter 1000 spoilers. If you like this video and want more One Piece videos to randomly end up in your feed, I suggest you Gomu Gomu no hard red rock that subscribe button. It's World E-Government out.